Hello and welcome to this video. We were continuing the second chapter of your history, that is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. In this video, we will discuss about the coming up of socialism to Europe. Till now, as we discussed about the kind of division that existed in Europe continent, socialism was the answer for the European people about how the society should be structured, because in Europe people were divided in various ways. In socialistic structure, what happened that the property, the wealth of the society are controlled socially and not by individually. Socialism is a setup where the property is controlled by the society as a whole and not by any particular individual. So the people thought that socialism would be the most approachable way of structured society, or the most approachable structure for the society. By the mid 19th century in Europe, socialism attracted widespread attention. The concept of socialism, the idea of socialism, or the setup of socialism attracted many people. Most of the people considered that socialism is the best way, best setup for the society. Many European people considered socialism as the most ideal form of structure for the society. Socialists were against private property and saw it as the root of all social ills of the time. The people or the socialists who believe in the idea of socialism, who got attracted toward the idea of socialism, they believed that holding private property is dangerous for the society. They were completely against private property. Like we discussed in previous video, that the liberals, radicals, they were not against private property, but they were against the privilege by birth. They considered that accumulating private property by your own hard work, by your own talent, should be encouraged. But socialists were quite different from liberals and radicals in this aspect. Socialists believed that private property should not be encouraged at any cost. There should not be any private possession. Everything should be controlled socially. Everything should remain equally open, equally accessible to the society as a whole and not to some specific individuals only. They believed, the socialists believed, that holding private property, or having private property is the reason behind the social illness. When some people have much wealth compared to other, it is very obvious that they will look down upon those people. They will try to accumulate more and more property, they will try to earn more and more profit, and they will not think about anyone else. So the socialists believe that the properties of the society must be controlled socially, must be owned by everyone and not by few people only. Individuals owned property gave employment, but concerned with personal gain and not with the welfare of laborers. The socialists were against private property because they believed that when someone hold property individually, he or she concerned more about making personal profit, personal gains, rather than about benefits as a whole or benefits of every individual. And it is very obvious also, even in today's situation, when there is a deal, there is a business deal, there is a profit making deal, it is very obvious that the owner will think about his profit maximization. The private property holder at that time were also concerned more about personal benefits rather than the benefits of all the workers. And that is why the socialists were completely against the idea of private property holding. Socialists believed society as a whole rather than single individuals controlled property. More attention paid to collective social interest. The socialists were completely against private property and they believed that for the progression, for the improvement of the society, holding or controlling the resources as a whole is much necessary than having resources by some people's own or having personal property. The socialists paid more attention to collective social interest rather than selective or individual interest. They believed more in benefits of all rather than benefits of few. Some socialists believed in the ideas of cooperatives. Now, what is the idea of cooperative? Well, I expect you must have heard the terms cooperative societies in many ways. Now, let's try to understand what is the meaning of cooperative societies or the idea of cooperatives. Well, cooperative is a setup where various individuals comes together, they pool their resources and make use of it as a group. For example, there are several small investors who cannot make a huge investment, they don't have so much of capital. In those cases, what happened that small investor they come together, they pulled their resource together, and together their small contribution turns bigger as various investor contribute their portion. The small resource together form a big resource, and then they can utilize the resource in a large way or to a large extent. So many socialists believed in the idea of cooperatives. Robert Owen, a leading English manufacturer who sought to build a cooperative community called New Harmony in Indiana, which was in USA. We already discussed the idea of cooperative. Cooperative means where investor comes together, they invest together, they produce together and distribute the output according to individuals' need. So he sought to build a cooperative community which named as the New Harmony in Indiana, which was constructed or built in USA. Other socialists felt that cooperatives could not be built on a wide scale only through individual initiative. They demanded that governments encourage cooperatives. Various other socialists were there who also believed in the idea of cooperatives, but at the same time, they believed that only individual efforts cannot push the idea of cooperative to a large extent or to very far extent. So it is very much necessary for the government to interfere and to push the idea of cooperative societies. Many socialists sought the interference of government in pushing the idea of cooperative society ahead. In France, for instance, Louis Blanc wanted the government to encourage cooperatives and replace capitalist enterprises. Louis Blanc of France, who wanted the government to encourage cooperatives and replacement of capitalist enterprises. Capitalist enterprises means those enterprises or industries or manufacturing sector which are controlled by the rich section of the society. So Louis Blanc wanted the government of France to encourage cooperatives and to replace the capitalist enterprises with cooperatives. These cooperatives were to be associations of people who produced goods together and divide the profits according to the work done by members. As we already discussed, that what the cooperatives do, that the cooperatives they produce together and then they distribute the output according to individual contribution or individual needs. That's the idea of cooperative. Some other socialists like Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels, they also contributed to the idea of socialism. Marx argued that industrial society was capitalist. Karl Marx believed that every industrial society was controlled by the capitalist section of the society. Capitalist section of the society means the richer section of the society who had lots of wealth and capital. And Marx believed that capitalists owned the capital invested in the factories and the profit of capitalists was produced by the workers. Karl Marx believed that the capitals that were invested in the factories during those period were belongs to the capitalist section of the society and the profit that were enjoyed by the capitalists during that period were produced by the commoner, the workers of the factories, the workers of the industries. So according to Karl Marx, the profits produced by the workers of the manufacturing sectors, whereas the profit were enjoyed by the capitalist section of the society. And because of these reasons, Karl Marx believed that the condition of workers could not be improved as long as the profit was accumulated by private capitalists, as long as the profit must not be shared among the workers. Karl Marx believed that when the profit will be distributed among the producer, among the workers, then only the condition of workers can be improved. Otherwise, it won't, because the capitalist owners were concerned more about their profit and not about the well-beings of the workers. Marx also believed that the workers, in order to free themselves from the capitalist exploitation, they must overthrow the capitalist or the idea of capitalism, the rule of private property, and must construct a radically socialist society where all the property must be controlled socially and not by any individual. Marx believed that in order to get free of the capitalist exploitation, because the capitalists were using the workers to their fullest in order to maximize their profit without thinking about the working condition, the working hour, the health condition of the worker. They only concerned about making more and more profit. So in order to get rid from all those kind of exploitation, Marx believed that the workers must come together and overthrow the capitalism, the rule of private property, and must construct a radically social society where the property must be controlled socially and not by any particular individual. Then only the society could be a communist society. Communist society means the society which meant for the whole community and not for few peoples only. He was convinced that workers would trump in their conflict with capitalists. A communist society was the natural society of the future. That's the belief of Karl Marx. Karl Marx strongly believed that there will be a day when the workers will successfully throw out the capitalist structure of the society, and in near future there would be a time when the communist society would be the natural, the normal society where the property must be controlled socially and not by few individuals only. That was the future dreamed by Karl Marx. Now, let's discuss about the other supporters of socialism, who were the other people who believed in the ideas of socialism. By the 1870s, socialist ideas spread through Europe. By the late 1870s, the idea of socialism spread throughout the European continent over every nation of the Europe. To coordinate their efforts, formed an international body called the Second International. Second International formed in order to coordinate their efforts to make the society socialist. Workers in England and Germany began forming associations. In various European countries like England, Germany, various associations were formed by the workers, and what they did through the association? Through the association, the workers raised fund in order to help the members of the association during the time of needs. Whenever a member of those association needs money, the association help the person with money by raising funds from every member of the associations. And through the associations, they also demanded a reduction in working hours. As we discussed in last video, that during the coming up of industrialization, because of huge supplement of labor, because of huge demand of job and heavy supplement of people from rural areas to urban areas in the hope of getting a job, and lack of availability of job, the working conditions of the laborers were too harsh. The working hours were very long and the wage rate were very low. So the workers association also demanded for reduction in the working hours and the right to vote, because in last video we also discussed that the liberals, they were not in the favor of universal adult franchise, rather they wanted the voting right to be reserved for the richer section of the society. So the workers association also demanded the right to vote for the workers, for the lower economical section of the society. In Germany, this association worked closely with the Social Democratic Party and helped it win parliamentary seat. The Social Democratic Party supported the idea of socialism and the idea of associations in Germany, and with these ideologies, the Social Democratic Party of Germany fought the election and win huge seats to the Parliament of Germany also. By 1905, socialists and trade unionists formed a Labour Party in Britain and Socialist Party in France. Till 1914, represented by strong figures in parliament, ideas of socialists shaped the legislation, but governments continued to be run by the conservatives, liberals, and radicals. By the 1914, the idea of socialism spread very rapidly, and the idea of socialism also reflected in parliamentarian speech, debates, everything. It helped to shape the idea of the legislation towards the socialism, but yet the socialists did not got the majority to form government. Till then, the government was mostly run by conservatives, liberals, and radicals. Although the idea of socialism spread a lot, it yet not succeeded in entering to the government. That's all about this video. Thank you.